Well, it's hard to believe, but just 2 short years ago, Texas daredevil Big Ed Beckley shocked a room full of people when he bid almost $1 million for a 2-year lease on state-owned property.
Don Nelson was in the room when he did it. He planned, of course, to jump the Snake River Canyon on the 40th anniversary out of Evel Knievel's failed attempt. That has never happened, and so we brought in Don Nelson, who's followed the story closely, to tell us what happened.
When the jump didn't happen, on your side, wanted to know what happened to all that money that Big Ed bid for that 2-year lease on the north side of the rim. Here's what we found out.
For Evel Knievel, sold $943,000.
I'd say it is unusual, you know, to have that kind of a bidding war.
That's Secretary of State Lawrence Denny reacting to the day Big Ed Beckley won a 2-year lease on 1,100 acres of state property on the Snake River Canyon. I was there that day and asked Beckley about the cash.
You got $900,000 in your cowboy hat?
I don't bring a cowboy hat, I'll ride one. We got the money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got the money. Wouldn't have came here without it.
Beckley had the money all right, and now the state has it. All $943,000 and change. I asked Lawrence Denny, who sits on the state land board, where the money went.
It would be distributed through their formula by the superintendent of public instruction. So it would benefit all the schools to some degree.
Which ironically, a tool the auctioneer used as a way to keep bumping up the bids. Remember, guys, he said, this is for the kids of Idaho.
That's our job as a land board, to get the most out of our fiduciary responsibility to get the most we can for the endowments.
Specifically in this case, the public school endowment that as of June of this year had $180 million in its reserve fund. Of that, close to $37 million has been earmarked for fiscal year 2017. For Big Ed Beckley, there will always be another jump. And for Idaho schools, there will always be another land lease that will add to their coffers. And I should point out that number is up from $32 million that was approved for next year.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Have you talked to Big Ed?
Twice this week. Yeah? We're supposed to be in the story because he really has a lot to say.
Right? I'm sure
when
he
I
does.
say he has a lot to say, he has some things to say about what happened down in Twin Falls and about the folks here in Idaho. They've treated him so fairly. He really loved spending time up here. Huh. But he was told by his attorney to keep it zipped because there might be something coming down the pike, which he said we would be the first to know about.
It's interesting to know someday whether he would do things differently if he had it to do over again.
He says I think that door is open a little bit. I don't know where or when, but at least he says it is.
Hopefully he will. Don, thanks for the story.